on the Discord, he shared a video, a dash cam video, of him hitting a deer on purpose. No, just kidding. At a petting zoo.
It's weird that he took the dash cam out of his car to film himself hitting the deer.
Literally with his fist.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to The Great Beyond, and Is This Good Companion Pod, where I catch up with my friend and yours, Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi, JD. Thanks for coming and producing the show. Our podcast mom, Rachel Doyle.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. Belated.
Thank you. I may be a little whack today because I didn't sleep much. And I just had a very nutritious lunch. 2 Dr. Peppers, a box of Canadian Craft Dinner, and a Reese's Fast Break. So...
Wow.
That's the kind of mood I'm in.
What, are you climbing a mountain after this? It sounds like a lot of energy you got.
That's a lot of sleep deprivation, craving shit.
So what is it? Is it the week before Mother's Day and the week after that mothers can still complain incessantly like this and we just have to accept it? Or
it's a lifetime
is there a deadline?
goal, baby.
Did you feel, because last show I didn't even believe you that Mother's Day was coming up. So I didn't feel like that was a good enough Mother's Day celebration for you. So that's why I wanted to address it off the top. But did you feel like the celebrations you had last weekend were commensurate with the amount of sacrifice that you've given to these children?
Well, I got to choose everything. So, yeah, I think so.
That's true.
I did make the mistake, though, of going and asking them to do chores for me. And then I forgot that I asked them to do it for free and offered the money after. And I'm like, no, why did I do that? I almost got it for free.
They won't do anything unless you pay them?
No, they were going to. They were, yep, we'll do that. And then
But because it's Mother's Day or because they always do things for free?
They do things for
free.
free.
They do things for free, but then I'll be like, I don't want to do this. Hey, will you do this?
Right.
And then I was like, what the hell? I'm fucking self-sabotaging. Anyway,
Yeah.
made some money. I learned a lesson.
How much did they make?
25.
25 each?
No, Jackson was...
He didn't.
He did not participate. He was.
He said 25? I don't get out of bed for less than 50, Mom.
That's exactly right.
Well, if it sounds different, I'm not in Los Angeles, not at my home. I'm making it sound like when I record in Los Angeles, it's at a very professional studio with sound baffling and the quality is impeccable. But really, I'm just in my fucking apartment anyways. But now I'm at Grandma's house.
Wow.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, back in Montreal.
Bedroom is palatial. It's bigger than your apartment, it looks like.
I mean, it's about half the size of my apartment, and this is the guest room, JD.
Wow. Damn.
Okay.
Fancy.
So, the rules are when you're here, a vacuum could start vacuuming at any moment.
Right.
Plates could start clinking. Knock at the door to ask if I maybe have anything I want to throw in the wash while she's doing that. That could happen at any moment.
And he offers some cookies.
Yes, of course, the trusty fax machine right here next to me. That could be going off at any moment. So.
I was going to say, give me the fax number and I'll send a fax, but yes. I wouldn't even know how to do that. I don't have a...
Well, you don't have a fax machine.
Yeah, I guess I don't.
I was just reading, that Matthew Perry and who was it? Julia Roberts. I'd sort of forgotten that they dated.
Oh.
I had no idea.
But anyways, they were dating.
Hearing this for the first time.
Oh my God, well.
Wow.
It's very topical because I think this would have been over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It was during Friends days when Julia Roberts was a guest star on Friends. Oh. Maybe post Super Bowl?
Okay.
Can't say for sure. Anyways, they were obviously long distance. Maybe not obviously, but like he was working in LA, she's traveling around shooting all these movies, and they were faxing each other. That was their texting.
Romantic.
Wow.
Isn't that romantic? He said he was out at the bars and like he was having fun and he was like, but fuck, I want to go home and see if there's a fax there. And he said more often than not, there was a fax there from Julia.
So Julia Roberts traveling around with a fax machine. Is that, or like, is she going down to the business center? So she's going to the business center and sending her private sexy faxes to Matthew Perry.
Okay, well that's that. I was going to complain about something that is relative to that, so I'll just get into it now because we've become way too cavalier with other people using our phones and us giving other people our phones, considering that every valuable piece of information that we have is on there. And once you get past the security code, like, so if I just hand it to you and it's on, good to go.
Yeah.
Like, just think about everything you could find in my email.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to say, like, I mean, like, everything from my social to a bank account number. Sometimes,
Right.
you don't even realize it's on an attachment
Right.
from, like, maybe a tax form or something like that.
Okay.
And, the search crawls that and, and knows the attachments. So everything is there. And then to the pictures. Let's not say anything more than that.
Okay.
Like
What's the most scandalous thing you have on your phone? Be honest.
Pass.
Next question.
Next question.
Okay, well, what's
I have to cross a border soon, JD. Okay, I can't be giving this information out.
Okay, well, what's something that you would have to
What's the worst thing you have on your phone?
Well, I have a lot of pictures of Mo Verney on my phone.
Okay,
But like,
that,
to the
you
point
might as
of
well
like,
passed.
who is this guy? Why do you have so many pictures of Mo Verney?
They would just think it was a friend of yours. If they see 30 pictures of me, they're not gonna like. I'm no weirder than
He's in
Mo
love
Verney.
with this dude.
Okay, yeah.
The customs guy doesn't know who your friends are and who your internet acquaintances are.
I have right now. I screen grabbed something on my phone yesterday for this show because I wasn't sure what it was. I didn't have my glasses on, but I saw Annie Lederman, the comedian.
Yeah.
She posted a picture. I don't know when, but it popped up in my feed of her wearing like a fake breast. Those they're. Like, it looks like she's bare chested and she's holding like a fake baby next to her tits sort of thing, but they're not her real breasts. They're like a prosthetic.
Plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I guess she's getting away with it because she's holding, like, it looks like she's just got her tits out on Instagram, but she's holding a little baby. The baby isn't latched on. It's not a real baby, and they're not real tits.
Well, you really got to get those eyes checked out.
Well, I wasn't wearing my glasses. I was like, oh, look at this. She's found the loophole, because we were just talking about this. Like, you're allowed to show your tits on Instagram if you're breastfeeding a baby. But anyways, they're not real tits. They're not a real baby. But now I have a screen grab of Annie Lederman bare chested on my phone.
Weird. That's not that weird.
Okay, I guess, but it's just like if I pass the phone to my mother-in-law, I was like, well, what the?
Oh yeah, why?
This?
There'll be a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Well, I get into similar trouble when. Let's be honest. I'm sure you have this experience. You're on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Someone like a family member or a friend or something, posts something, and you're like, "Oh, that's weird," or like, "That's funny," or they don't realize why this is funny, and you screen cap it, right?
Right.
Maybe to show to someone else and make fun of them.
Yeah.
But then, like, on people's birthdays, it's sort of a tradition in our group chats with various groups of friends that it's like, if it was your birthday, JD, we'd share, like, fun/bad pictures of you that we've collected over the years, right? And it's like, ha ha ha, look at all these memories we have. But I never remember when I'm looking through, it was like, is this a photo I got because I took it?
Right.
Or, a photo I screen capped because I was trying to make fun of this person.
Right.
And so now if I share it, in their head, they're going, what
the fuck?
How does he have this? What is this from?
Why is he stealing my shit?
So that's why I just share pictures of people with prosthetic breasts.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding. Yeah. Keep it safe.
Safe.
But, okay, so on this level of someone seeing it, because both of these things happen on the same day. So first of all, I had to go to T-Mobile, which is where I just switched my phone plan.
Wow.
And why did that get a wow?
I don't know. I just thought you were an AT. I thought you were an AT&T man for life.
That's a big move.
Yeah, but I know it's bad.
Oh.
If you go to T-Mobile, and I don't want to offend anyone, it means you're not doing so well.
Wow. Yeah.
This is my journey. Verizon,
Yeah.
AT&T,
Yeah.
T-Mobile.
Right.
That's a downward curve.
I am a pubic hair away from joining you there.
Okay, well, if we go to Cricket, do a wellness check.
What about Mint? What happens when we're in bed?
I think that just means
Reynolds?
we're a dork. We're like, I love Deadpool. I want the phone from the Deadpool guy. So, I mean, you know that phone plan is shitty because he is advertising for it. Meaning, if it was good, they wouldn't need like a celebrity to constantly be like, I own this. It's really good. Trust me. It's not. There's something amiss.
Okay.
And even T-Mobile, which I think is like number 3 in the game, it's leaving some things to be desired. But anyways, I went in and mainly I keep having problems with my bill where they were like, it's going to be this much, and then every time my bill comes, it's never what they say it is.
Right.
And not because of usage, but because like this 20% discount that I'm supposed to be getting every month hasn't yet come through, and this insurance rebate hasn't yet come through. So I went back to the store, and the woman was like, okay, I got to call the headquarters to figure this out. So she does. She's talking to the guy, but it's her phone, right? Like it's her personal iPhone that she's calling with, and it's got this giant like chunky bandle. You know how some people have those like handles on their phone so they can carry it like that? Like they can put.
Wait, it's
Rachel?
like a handle?
Rachel, this is why you're on the show. You're here for a female perspective.
Oh, really?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, hang up right now.
So hold on. So it's like a purse.
Goodbye.
So like you can hold it like a purse sort of thing, or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But it's like very chunky metal clasps all the way around this thing, right?
Yeah.
And so then the guy's
it's
like, well,
decorative. It's like it's an accessory.
purely decorative.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And the person on the phone, I guess, is like, oh, I need to speak to the actual customer and get some information. So she's like, okay. And now she just like hands me her phone, right?
Right. Did you slip the
like,
bandle onto your wrist?
Well, no.
To
So
make
that
sure?
chunky thing is like batting around and running me. And it's like, I don't necessarily want to be talking on your phone.
Yeah.
And what if another call comes through for you, or a text message or something? Like it just, I do feel like we've gotten to the point where phones are no longer generic. Like the cordless phones that we still have in this home. I mean, we've moved on from rotary, so we still have a fax machine.
Perfect.
Those were just generic. There was no information on them.
Right.
But now it just feels too personal to just be sharing. And also, fuck you, T-Mobile. Get your staff phone.
But
So
also,
it was her. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, are you scrolling while you're on the toilet with these phones too that you're sharing all the time?
Exactly what
Of course she is. What do you think? She's like, oh, other strangers at work have to use
It was a
this,
rhetorical
so I won't do it.
question.
Well, I like answering those.
Okay.
I'm a rebel. Okay, so I was like, I don't like this. I don't like that they just, obviously it's cost-saving measure by T-Mobile to not have phones in there, even though they use them. And I think also they're like, we're modern. We're a technology company. If you walk in and see a corded up phone, you're going to be like, these people are in the Stone Age. It's like, it looks kind of like a shitty Apple store, really. It's like all clean lines.
Right. Yeah.
It's just one long console table down the middle. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so then that same day, I had to take my phone in for a repair. Some of the pixels stopped working on it. It was covered by the warranty, so I took it into the Apple store.
What number are we talking? Just for the geeks out there. Me.
What number iPhone?
Yeah.
This is the newbie. This is why I switched to T-Mobile.
Oh,
you got a
new.
You got a new one in
Pro.
there were pixels not working on a new phone.
I did drop it. Yeah, I did drop it. Yeah. I didn't tell them that.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, I could see the screen is not broken. Sometimes the pixels burn out. And I was like, yeah, it's a new phone, though. I don't know why the pixels are burning out. In the meantime, Rachel, actually, just like you said, I was on the toilet.
No.
Did the thing where I was like, okay, it's wiping time now. I'll put this on the sink now. And then I put it on the sink, I guess, in a precarious position, and it just went shunk and fell directly on its face.
Oh.
So I take it in to get warranted, and the guy like shuts off the phone, the face password, basically. So because they take it back there and they got to take the thing off and blah blah blah, diagnostics and check it, and then he just takes it back there, and he's like, "Come back in an hour and a half."
I'll have all your information downloaded.
And then I was paranoid. I was like, okay, when I go back, am I going to be trying to read something on his face? Like he's going to be like just doing his usual genius bar patter. Like, all right, we fixed this and that. It's under warranty. Just need you to sign here. And that's it. Have a nice day. But he's going to have a smirk on his face. Like, I know who you are.
Really, really interesting. You're that into circus clowns.
Yeah, I'll know if I come in and he starts going doot 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 doot. But what my question is, Apple, this is a question for you, Tim Apple. Do you have a guy back there in the Genius Bar? It's an easy hire. You don't have to pay them that much because they don't have to be involved in technology at all. I want someone there that is in charge of making sure none of your employees are looking at anything. Is that, I mean, do you think there is a manager, someone down there being like, hey, what are you doing over there? Because wouldn't you, you're probably so good at knowing the top 5 places where you would find something incriminating or interesting on a person's phone after handling that many people's phones.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So you think you're going to be able to stop yourself from going, and God forbid I would be an attractive woman. I mean, certainly I'm an attractive man. But what if I was an attractive woman? You don't think that creepy genius man would, first of all, he's not fucking Oppenheimer, okay? He's a guy that knows how to plug the phone into the whatever other machine they have back there that fixes things.
Right.
But if I was an attractive woman, I feel like they would be looking through my photos.
Or rubbing their sack all over your phone.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Well, what?
I'm sorry.
Why would
I'd rather them do that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, at least then I could just wipe it down with alcohol.
True. But what? Yeah. So they fixed the phone. They didn't replace your
No,
phone.
they did a great job. They were fixed faster than they said it would. I'm just saying, I want to know if there's someone back there making sure they're not copying files over, or just screen capping and sending to themselves and then going back into the texts and deleting, or sharing, Bluetooth sharing. And just maybe they're taking the whole they're taking the entire photo library down, and they're like, I'll just sort through this later and find the 2 or 3 photos that I want.
Right.
Maybe there should be an app for that.
But even if there was a lock your phone, they'd say you got to take this off because we have to.
No, not like that. This is what happened in the last 30 minutes on your phone, and you know whether you did it or not.
I guess it's called leaving the recorder on, leaving the camera on.
But they would be able to disable that in a second.
God, these hackers, they're too good.
I don't think another guy back there is going to help. That's going to actually exacerbate the situation. Because if there's another person back there, it's just a collaborator.
They'll be in cahoots.
Check out this guy. He's really into clowns.
Well, I want maybe a priest back there?
Oh, come on, a priest?
Yes, because they'd be embarrassed. They'd be embarrassed to be looking in front of the priest.
For God's sake.
Then they're really going to find some good stuff on the phone.
No.
Father Moriarty's back there?
They're the most
They're not
curious.
looking through the phone.
Why don't you put a rabbi back there while you're at it? These are the most repressed, gossipy.
No. That's your rabbis there. They have wives. They have 30 kids. They're not repressed.
You're telling me that rabbis don't gossip?
Oh, well, they're Jewish. Of course they gossip.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. At least I'd rather have a rabbi than a priest back there. No offense to the priests, but
they got a reputation.
Well, what about a minister, like a Protestant? Because he can have a wife.
Give me like a Reverend Warnock type, you know?
Okay, yeah, someone who has Reverend in their name, but they seem cool, hip.
That's right. But he's been divorced. He's divorced, and he's got a new girlfriend, and he's not repressed at all. But he has a moral compass, a very straight moral compass. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you know how grandmothers have nothing to do later? I mean, not mine. She's doing fine. But you know how they're like Walmart greeters?
Yes.
Just have somewhere to go? I want grandmothers in there. They're not looking through my things if the grandmother's looking over them.
I don't know.
And she doesn't even need to know about technology or what they're doing.
She can't see what he's looking at on the phone? She'd have to be sitting on him.
The rule is you gotta push the font up to 20-point font before you hand them your phone. Yes. And that should be fine because they can still do their diagnostics.
Yes.
Grandma's behind them.
And she's just saying, mind your business.
Or at worst, she's saying, let me see pictures of their grandchild.
So she'll be snooping through your phone. Especially if it's a small town. These grandmas like to snoop.
Yeah, they're going to be like...
You think I'm going to an Apple store in a city with less than 1 million people in it? No, I'd get run out of there. So, luckily I went to a place where there's an Apple store, 2 Apple stores, each across the street from each other.
Oh, wow.
So,
damn.
It was there was a lot. I mean, they've seen worse than my phone, for sure.
They don't like clown lovers in small towns. That's why you'd get run out of there.
You're really trying to make this clown thing.
Yeah, you're really trying to make this clown thing. I mean, I guess they do have clown rodeos in small towns, but I don't know.
By the end of this, you're going to have a thing for clowns.
Anyways, all I'm saying is, how about this for a spy scam? You infect my phone with a virus.
Yeah.
Okay? That virus makes so I can't use my phone. I go to the Genius Bar. The guy from Russia has been working his way up from floor associate to genius.
Okay.
Boom. Just takes the malware off so my phone's working fine. Zhunk. Pulls every single file off my phone. Now they have the nuclear codes.
Wow.
Wait, sorry. I clocked out for a second. Why do you have the nuclear codes? What happened while I was gone?
I'm just saying, I am standing in for the person that might have the nuclear codes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh.
Something to think about. There should be government phone repair.
So where are they? On your notes app, or are they a screenshot
again,
like in your photos?
Again, pass. I don't want anyone to send the virus to me, the Trojan horse. But all that to say, if you see any weird data out there from me,
something happened.
Let me know. Because that's a
happened.
leak. That's revenge porn.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not saying it's porn. I'm saying porn in the sense if my bank account was out there, that's as private to me. I call my bank account my porn, as most people do.
Sure. Yeah.
Lincoln took my phone last night, and apparently I have 352 tabs open. Is that a lot?
352 Safari tabs?
Well, that's actually, Rachel, you bring up a great point. Have you ever been nervous to hand your phone off to your children?
Now I am. Because now they make fun of me every time they see how many tabs I have open.
Yeah, but they're just roasting you for regular mom stuff. Yeah. There's nothing scam.
Oh, you mean like something sexy is in there?
Perhaps.
No.
Or not even yours, but perhaps a URL. Like they go to type in
Pogs and stuff.
Great. So www.po, and then it autofills with.
Right.
Yeah, no, they're not
Pornography.com. Pornography.com.
Wow, is that available?
The number one site. I don't know. It should be.
They have their own devices to do that, but yeah, they.
I know, but
they might want to get me in trouble, is what you're saying.
Would you feel nervous to pick up their iPad?
Yeah.
I guess the question is, in this modern age, is taking your child's iPad the same as in the old days, like snooping through their diary?
I think at this point, when they're, especially Lincoln, when he's older and more mature and ready for the next phase of his life, earlier when he was first got it, and it's like, okay, well, let's see what's happening. We're paying for this. We want to know that you're not being into shit you shouldn't be in. But that's petered out. I don't want to know anything now.
We're paying
it's
for
way
this.
worse than a diary. Like you don't write every freaky thing that you've ever seen in your diary. You know what I mean?
Maybe you do.
I mean, some people do. For some people, it's an outlet to get the worst thoughts out of their heads. They're not banging around in there.
Yeah, no.
You just open my diary. It's just me writing out www.pornography.com. www.pornography.com. One day, the internet will exist. I mean, look, the internet's existed since the mid-'90s.
Yeah, you're right.
But it didn't hit so hard at 2,400 baud. Let me tell you that. So as you know, I'm in Canada. I'm here because I was exiled from America for my terrible takes on dash cams.
Wow. Yeah.
People said this guy's got to go. Though I did put up an Instagram poll, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
By the way, on the last Great Beyond, I talked about dash cams, how I didn't want to get one, how I didn't want to become a dash cam guy. Who knew this would have been my most controversial take? By far the most hate mail I've ever gotten about this. But then I put up the poll and I said, do you have a dash cam? Yes or no? What percentage of people said no?
Let's see. Ooh. I mean, I'm very pro dash cam, but we don't have one.
I know. I asked for one. Nobody got on it.
Santa didn't.
Well, Mother's Day, I didn't give him enough notice.
You think he has a sleigh cam? I think he does. An SLAY cam.
Oh, Santa has a sleigh cam.
When he's popping off all those, Mrs. Claus is popping off all those fits. Sleigh cam.
Oh, yeah. I would say probably 70% do not have it.
89%.
89%. Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hasn't hit yet. Trend.
Hasn't it?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't think so. Like, I don't think only one of my people I know have. Well, I guess I haven't peeped through. Like the pickleball people that I hang out with. But I guess I haven't peeped through all their cars. I'm gonna do that. I'll take my own poll.
Well, as we just learned this week, Lawrence from the Discord. Of course, patreon.com/isthisgood if you'd like to join. You will get access to the Discord. You get free shows every month, but we're not talking about that yet. Anyway, on the Discord, he shared a video, a dash cam video, of him hitting a deer on purpose. No, just kidding.
I have not seen that video, so I was like, what? That doesn't sound like Lawrence.
Zoo.
Not sweet, sweet Lawrence.
It's weird that he took the dash cam out of his car to film himself hitting the deer.
Literally
at
with
the
his
petting
fist.
Zoo. Yeah.
Yeah, he was driving on a road. It didn't look all that rural. And a deer, I've never seen a deer get hit where it looks like it's more the deer's fault. The deer didn't like walk out 3 feet in the darkness and stand there. It's broad daylight.
Yeah.
And the deer just starts hoof almost like it wanted to kill itself, right? Like, did you see this video?
I need to watch this.
Was
I
it
haven't
daylight?
seen it.
I don't remember it being
I don't know.
daylight.
I thought it was. I
Anyway,
only watched it once.
Okay, a couple things from this video. He had a front view and a back view. The front view is like, oh, you can almost miss it, but the back view, because he stops right away, and I have to say, Lawrence is going very reasonable speed. He was not going fast.
You can't tell though because there's no other frame of reference.
Well, I'm seeing the road.
He obviously wasn't moving so fast that a deer couldn't strategically run in front of the car. You know what I mean? Like if it was an F1 car, no way that deer's getting because it was coming from the other side of the road, not even his side of the road.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he stopped right away, but then you see the aftermath of the deer trying to right itself after being hit by a car. I mean, I don't think it survived.
The deer?
I don't know. Did it? You don't see it get. I guess.
What did he do? I guess it's every time you hit a deer, it's a hit and run.
He said,
I guess you're not sticking around.
The deer ran away. Like he did say that he ran away, but I don't think the video got that far.
I mean, if you had someone with you and you had a F-150, you could throw it in the back and take it home.
Okay. It's a small town girl talking right there. Venison for the winter.
Right.
Is that what you would actually do out there in
I mean,
Digby?
I don't see why not.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
well, you know why? Because what would I do with it? I wouldn't know what to do with it. I gotta get one of those giant hooks that hangs up in my garage that
oh my God.
put it up and drain its blood.
I grew up with that in my basement and in the garage, just carcasses.
Indoors?
Yes.
Dead deer indoors?
Listen
my
to this.
favorite indie band?
That sounds good, actually.
Yeah, write that
Dead
one
deer
down.
indoors.
Put it on a t-shirt. Her dad, I might have told this on the show before, but shot a deer in their backyard from inside the house.
Lazy. That's like what they had in those old castles, those slits at the top so people could put their arrows through.
Yeah, totally. He just, in the middle of the night, he saw the deer in the backyard. It was winter, and he just went and got his gun, threw open the window, blam! Right next to Rachel's bedroom.
It's one of his favorite stories, and I'm like 10 or something, and he's like, and you woke up and said, Jesus Christ! Well,
what? It
gun
sounded
went
like
off.
someone set off a gun inside the house. What was that? He's like,
House.
yeah, that was me setting off the gun inside the house.
Oh, yeah.
And you were also complaining that they needed a new bed on another show. I forget why we're talking about this, but that they needed a new bed.
Not related to this story.
Right, but the recoil
Well, there was a big
off that
bang,
gun
to be honest.
probably shook that bed.
Oh, jeez. And then you know what happened.
Yeah.
Foreplay. Just kidding. Gross. Ew.
Did he get the deer?
He's like, honey, not now. I got to collect a dead deer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
I mean, because they have those giant fucking spotlights that is like cheating when hunting. Because you're not, I don't even think you're allowed to do that. To hunt at night with these huge spotlights. It's fucking cheating.
I don't think it's cheating. So, but what about the daylight?
The poor fucking deers.
Are you allowed to go in the daylight?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so
What? Yeah, does he?
they're
hunt
fine
at
with
night?
shooting them in the light.
Honestly, I think it would be more fair if you didn't have a gun to shoot these deers.
Oh, yeah, it would be more fair. But there's overpopulation, isn't there, in some of these areas?
I mean,
they're in some places they're begging you to shoot the
that's
deer.
true.
They're just begging.
I think
That's
it's
what
fucked
they
up.
tell us.
But that's when you talk to, like, on this podcast, I say that people are like, ugh. But then you go and you talk to a person from a country or a place where they're destroying their farms or their vegetation or the ecosystem in the forest, and they're like, you stupid city folk. You go to the supermarket and the
Fucking
meat's
hell.
already dead and you're totally disconnected from the way we do it.
Yeah.
If we don't kill these deer, the world ends.
But also, I mean, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and when you have a freezer filled with meat that you've hunted yourself and you can provide
You got
for
yourself a
your family,
stew.
you got yourself, like, you feel proud you can provide for your family when you don't make a ton of money.
100%.
Sure.
But I guess my thing that I'm curious about is, why was it hanging indoors? Because wouldn't that smell up the entire house?
Well, not when it's fresh. I mean, it's not like it hangs there for weeks. It's like I don't know how he butchers it, but you bleed it, you do what you got to do, and that's part of the process.
Yeah, I guess typically bleeding seems like an outdoor activity. But, what do I know? And it was, the 80s. You probably had carpet down there.
No.
It was dirt. It was a dirt
basement.
floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could have led with that. So it was basically the outside.
And, there's rabbits hung, like, in lines. And
Blood on the dirt floor.
he's an outdoors guy.
It's a murder on a dirt floor. All right, great. Did anything good or not good happen to you this week, JD? Oh, wait. Before we get to that, let me just finish this fucking thought about the dash cams. Then I realized that he has a Tesla, and every Tesla has a built-in dash cam.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That is.
And this seemed like a recording that he could just splice it out from the car, I assume.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
Because a dash cam you could take out and plug a USB into your computer, so it must have on that screen you can scrub through, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. My only regret is that he didn't include the audio, because I'd want to hear Lawrence's reaction to hitting a deer,
Was there audio, though?
I think there has to be for...
No, I saw someone respond to all of this
Okay.
with, you can turn the audio off.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Like before or after? Because so you're telling me every time I'm in a Tesla, it's recording me?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
If it's an Uber, I would imagine, of course.
I gotta scrub some things then. I gotta get into some friends' cars and scrub. Like they park the car. They're like, I'm just gonna run in and grab a Diet Coke at the 7-Eleven, and I'm just sitting in the car going, "Oh my God, he's being a real pill today."
That's why you haven't talked to them in a while.
Yeah.
Well, that and the sharing the screen cap pictures, but yeah, it's a minefield out there.
Yeah. So we're getting a dash cam. Is that right, Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
Are we
honestly,
getting one for each car?
I've meant to for since I got into the accident. Mind you, the accident was my fault.
Completely your fault. It actually would have been probably
It would have been
better.
bad. You would have had to pretend you didn't have a dash cam.
I'm like, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, well, I believe in you. If that's like a goal or a dream, I do believe that
dream.
in you, that you could get a dash cam and install it with a suction cup or however it works.
Preventing problems is my goal.
JD, what were you about to say with your good or not good thing that happened to you?
Yeah, I don't have much actually because I can't.
Well, you started to say something.
I'm trying to
remember what you were about to say.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where we are in time, to be honest, because we've
30 minutes.
We've pre-taped some shows, and today's Thursday, but not really.
Well, it's Wednesday.
Right. So yesterday, Lincoln graduated, but it actually hasn't happened yet.
Oh, I see. I see.
What I mean?
Okay, well, why? But you have your entire family coming in.
The whole family's coming in. They arrived 2 days ago. Actually, tomorrow is when they're really coming in.
Stop.
Oh my God, you're fucking my head up. Just talk about who is here now. Maybe.
Oh, Nana Norma's here. Rachel's mom is here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
should we get her on to hear the gunshot story?
Well, here's the thing. This sicko is at... Rachel just dropped her off at JOANN's, the fabric store. I'm like, where's Norma? This was an hour ago already. She has no means of getting back. It's not walkable or anything. And she's just going to stay at JOANN's, the fabric store, for at least another hour. So she's going to be there for probably 2.5 hours. And that's what she requested.
Nah, she'll probably hop around, get something to eat, grab a beer.
You think?
Yeah.
She said, yesterday she said, well, I need at least 2 hours.
I know, but it's lunchtime. She's got to get the fuel to keep on going.
Do you mean yesterday you were like, all right, I got to fill up the tank and hop in and grab a couple groceries, so I'll drop you off at JOANN Fabrics. And she's like, no, I'm going to need at least 2 hours in there, so.
Pretty much.
Every time she visits, she gets my uncle chewing tobacco. It's like 8 packets of it. She's like, okay, I have to go to JOANN's and I have to go get chewing tobacco.
Yeah, you can't say that on a podcast.
I can't say chewing tobacco?
Well, she's going to be crossing the border with more than her allotted amount of tobacco.
You think someone at the border is going to watch this show and then go, sorry, miss.
Maybe.
You're not crossing.
Big Brother is always watching. Rachel.
Yep, exactly.
Anyway, so I always find it hilarious when she walks into a gas station. I mean, she looks pretty young for her age. She's, can I have 8 packs of chewing tobacco? Lady, you may have a problem. That's a lot.
She buys out all the gas stations of tobacco.
Yeah,
and she brought nothing with her. Her whole suitcase was literally filled with Kraft Dinner.
Kraft Dinner, roast chicken chips, and ketchup chips, and chocolate bars.
Okay, so she brought you the Canadian care package.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's borrowing my clothes.
And she's borrowing your clothes. She said, either I can borrow your underwear, which is gross, or I cannot bring you 15 boxes of Kraft Dinner. You choose. People are always asking us, like, oh, what's the difference between Canada and America? I found a good one.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't know how true this is universally, but we're driving home from the airport in Montreal with my dad, so it's me and him, and we're in traffic, and I see that there's the carpool lane to our left, and I'm like, why don't you just go in there? No one's in there. He's like, we can't. And I'm like, yeah, it's the carpool lane. We're 2 people. He's like, no, it's 3 people.
Ooh.
Everywhere I've ever been in America, it's 2 people.
Yeah.
If you get 2 people in a car, they're fucking excited. They're like, do whatever you want. That's the most people we've ever seen in a car.
You're an environmentalist.
And in Canada, it's 3.
Yeah.
3? You know how hard it is to find 3 people?
But
to
then
get
you're
in your car?
carpooling. You're carpooling, so you are being good.
But carpooling to what? Like, fine.
Work.
Let's say you're carpooling the kids to school. Fine. I see 3 kids is
or
not
to work.
bad.
If you're coming in from Markham to work downtown, you split the gas.
Are people
with a
really
friend.
carpooling?
Why wouldn't you?
Of
If you lived
course.
outside of the city, gas is
With
expensive.
2 people? That they're always going to need to get there at the same time as you and leave at the same time as you? And you're not annoyed by them, and like it's early in the morning, you're tired, and you got to listen to Bill's fucking stories about how he watched Ripley and he was wondering if it was ever going to go from black and white to color.
I just filled up the car today at like $33, and my mom was like, "Yeah, that would have cost me $100." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Matt,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but when we worked at Turner, there was a van of like 15 people who would carpool there every day from like
I don't
Cobb
see that as
County or whatever.
carpooling though, because then no one has to drive, and you can do work, or you can read, or you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's weird if I got into your car and I put my headphones on. That would be weird, would it not?
I think that's what people do though.
Friends
You
do
think
things
we work
like
together
that.
at the same office and we
Yeah.
carpool, but we get in the car and we're all reading or listening to headphones?
Didn't fill in. Didn't Skeets and Trey?
Skates and Trey carpool,
Yeah.
but they would like podcast from the car.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like we got to be making content.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's there's an email that I got. I wonder if I should go try to find it now. Asking if they actually ever carpooled, because it was always Skeets picking up Trey and then he would
Yeah.
drive him into work.
Right.
But the person was like, I'm carpooling with someone, but I drive them every day. And they always refer to it as carpooling. And I'm like, if we're carpooling, how come you're never driving?
Yeah, if
Like,
the
can it be
person is
carpooling if only one person is ever driving?
But they're paying.
if they're paying for the gas, if they're paying double like their share of the gas.
Yeah. That's
If I'm
helpful.
carpooling, I want to be the one driving.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You do want to be the one driving.
Yeah.
You could pick what's on the radio.
Yep.
And just, I feel like everyone thinks they're a better driver than anyone else.
Right.
So, and I get nauseous if I'm in the passenger seat.
Aw, even in the front?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm big boy now. I'm big boy. So are you nervous? But are all these people, how many people are coming in total?
So there are, including us, I think there's 11 or 12.
Staying in your house?
No. Only Norma's staying in the house. They got an Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
So we
Oh,
got
okay, nice.
Uncle Derek, we got Uncle Ryan, we got Auntie Kirsten, we got my nephew Harrison, and we got my mom and dad.
Okay, because it hasn't happened yet,
Yeah.
we can speculate, and then you could tell us what actually happened next week. Is there going to be a raging
Is there,
night?
there's not going to be a raging night of, I don't think, because I have to work the next day. Mm-hmm. Well, for me, there might be raging elsewhere, and then we're having a little barbecue
Yeah.
the day this comes out. That's where the raging.
I bought some decorations.
That's why we're pre-recording,
today.
folks.
Yep. Yep.
Mom and I were buying decorations today.
Sweet.
Very sweet.
And I had to tell my partner she's got to find a new person for the playoffs at pickleball because that's Thursday night.
You're copping out during the playoffs? What are you, Rudy Gobert, leaving a playoff game because your wife is giving birth? What would you do, JD?
What would I do?
You've worked your whole life, sacrificed so much to become a basketball player.
Yep.
I was going to say you get your wife pregnant 9 months before the playoffs.
Right.
But you know what? I'm just going to say it's her fault. So I'm going to say she gets pregnant 9 months before the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then can't hold it in.
Yeah.
And she's given birth during a playoff game.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't have hit that 3-pointer because that's what led to the sex.
This is definitely equivalent analogy.
What's more, I think, isn't it more the Vince Carter leaving the Raptors to collect his diploma?
Right.
That's probably more apt.
You think that's more excusable or less?
It's not excusable.
For the pregnancy or either.
Either. You should be doing your job.
Yep.
That's it.
I agree.
I'm sure.
She's not doing her job because she doesn't get paid to play pickleball.
And I really do love playing with her. And I don't normally like to play scheduled league, but we were amazing last game.
Yeah, but do you think she's going to be telling people, don't partner up with Rachel? She's unreliable. When the playoffs hit, she can't handle the heat. She goes, celebrates with her family instead of doing the thing she's already committed to do.
She is probably one of the sweetest people I know, so I don't think she would, but she also committed to playing another league with me soon, so she's already signed up
with her.
Oh, we're playing, the same one I'm playing with you. Well, except a different level.
Right.
I have good news, actually. You know how I just came back from the dentist here?
I
go to the dentist when I come home.
So that's the only time you go to the dentist is when you're about to
that's right. I don't have dental insurance. That's right. I'm on T-Mobile. Things could be going better.
Well, if you're not there...
Can you just move back to Atlanta, please?
Dentists aren't covered in Canada either, are they?
No,
I'm
just cheaper? Paying. Well, even if it was, I don't have free healthcare here. It's just cheaper. Yeah. It's like 30% discount because of the exchange rate, and it's just cheaper in general. And I know this guy, and I know that he's really good.
Okay.
And maybe he's throwing in some extras.
Oh.
Who knows?
How's the teeth? But what's going on in there?
Perfect. I don't know. The hygienist that I'm with 90% of the time made me feel terrible.
Yeah,
like
that's
it was like, this is wrong, and then he came in and he was like, "Fuck, your teeth are perfect." I was like, "Well, what is she?" Could you tell her? She said I was too strong.
She cleaned them.
Yeah, she had to deal with the scudge.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's like, "Yeah, doc, it's impolite to say this, but what she was thinking was, you should have seen this filthy mouth an hour ago."
No, the worst thing is the blood, right? Because it's just nothing but blood. Because you never floss, Matt.
You don't floss?
No. I'm not getting blood. I'm not getting blood.
But
I'm
you
doing
don't
good.
floss? This is gonna be the hottest take.
No.
Is the dentist listening to this? Is the dentist listening to this? No, I don't floss.
Oh my God! Why?
Well, sorry. When I get something stuck in my teeth, I do.
Okay. If you're not flossing, then you're definitely bleeding. You just don't. You're not seeing the blood.
Does it look like I'm bleeding?
What about a water pick?
You're not bleeding right now, but when
she told me not to use an electric toothbrush.
What?
That's right. She said,
"This is
the
dentist."
No, this is the hygienist.
Oh, okay. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
That's crazy.
What? So the dental hygienist is a woman and the doctor's a man, and you believe the doctor?
Oh my God! Why do you always go
you were
there?
Talking about the dentist when you said she.
Boom.
You think my dentist could? No, just kidding. What she really said was I'm brushing too aggressively.
Oh. Well,
so she said you're brushing too aggressively. Right. So she said you're brushing too aggressively, and she said, do you use a manual or electric toothbrush? Right. And I use a manual. And I thought she was going to say you should really switch to an electric. But I said manual, and she said, "Oh, good." And I said, "Oh, does that mean you wouldn't recommend an electric toothbrush?" She says, "Well, the default setting is it spins, and it's actually too aggressive. It would be too aggressive for you."
Well, you're aggressive enough. Apparently, maybe it would be less aggressive than what you're doing.
I don't think so. She gave me some tips. You know what she literally said to me? Brush with your offhand.
Oh. Make it feel like someone else is doing it.
Did you tell her you masturbate with that hand, though?
Yeah, she said, sit on your hand. Sit on your hand till it becomes numb.
Did she tell you not to floss?
No, I should be flossing. I know that's bad. I'm a bad boy. I know I'm a bad boy.
Do you like the water pick?
I don't want to get involved in the water pick.
No.
It's a lot of work.
I'd sooner get a water pick than a dash cam. I'll tell you that.
Doesn't want to be a floss guy. Doesn't want to be a...
I know I do want to be a floss guy.
Okay.
I just don't. I hate it so much.
Just get into the habit. Once you do,
okay,
it feels weird when you don't do it.
We got a cool device. Well, cool is maybe not the term. It's like a water pick for your ears.
Okay, all right.
No, we're not getting into that. We're not getting
It's very satisfying.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it works that well.
I'm still using Q-tips, by the way. And don't come at me.
Oh, my God.
I'm not putting them in. I'm putting them around.
Oh, then what's the point?
Well, it's going in. It's going in a bit. Just the tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
Just
the
the-
tip.
Okay. Well, it's better, it's more fun to douche your ears. I'm going to tell you that much.
Great. Well, I don't know. I don't have the equipment. I was going to say that I find dentistry to be the most insecure profession. Like, for their doctors, should be respected. But they're like, oh, if you come here, we'll give you a free toothbrush and a tiny little toothpaste tube. And, oh, is the light too bright now? Oh, now we do sunglasses for you. And, oh, are you bored? Here's a TV you can watch. And here's the newest one today. She lowered me down and said, do you want the massage? And I was like, what?
Whoa.
She's like, the massage.
Can I get your dentist's name real quick?
Lubricant or sans lubricant?
They just put that suction thing that you could spit into. They have a thicker one, and that's what they use. No, it's just, they turned the dentist chair into a massage chair. And so there were just like little things looping around. Of course I said yes.
That sounds kind of amazing.
Doesn't that affect their work when it gets to the jiggly part?
Oh.
No, it's one speed. It's one speed.
All right.
It's not like a massage chair in a mall or something.
Right.
It's anyways, it was very nice. But I want to say to dentists, chill out, man. Like, they say, well, you don't understand. People hate coming to the dentist. Who cares? Then let their teeth rot and fall out of their fucking
Well, they're
mouth.
also trying to appeal
We
to
need you. You forget
toddlers.
that we need you.
Yeah.
They're trying to appeal
what are
to
you saying, Rachel?
They're trying to appeal to toddlers as well, and kids.
No, not this place. There's no kids.
Oh, so they're trying to appeal to toddlers, adult toddlers who still don't floss. So,
Well, I'm just saying, when I grew up, there was not a single dentist that had a television that you could look at above, right above you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know I don't like it.
They ask you what channel you want.
Sorry, in our dentist, Rachel, and Trey has the same dentist, the TV is in the stupidest spot. It's like you can't look at it. Like, it's like, you want the TV on? I'm like,
oh yeah,
sure, I guess.
It's right over your crotch.
What are we on? What's on? There's only one channel. It's like, a squished version of Dr. Oz or something.
Yeah, the aspect ratio is always off.
Yeah.
And the subtitles, the screen is small, and the subtitles take up half the screen.
Right. But then they lean you back anyways, and you can't see it. So what's the fucking point?
It's always on the news.
No, but mine is like on a swivel, so it's right there.
Oh, see,
I guess.
you get hand jobs and the best TV at your place.
Yeah.
That's right. I'll shout them out. In the show notes. The phone number will be in the show notes if you're ever in Montreal and want some dentistry. All right, some housekeeping. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. As I said before, you get ad-free episodes. One's probably coming up very soon.
Yeah.
You'll get access to our... Oh, okay. Yeah, well, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Thriving community on Discord, and you'll get an exclusive episode every month. Don't you want to hear next week to hear how things went with JD's family? Yeah. He's only going to be telling a select group of people.
Spicy.
Oh, I mean, you're going to get into a fight. There's going to be a family squabble.
Oh.
Fist fight.
God. You don't understand.
How did the two sets of in-laws get along?
Pretty good, I think.
Okay, but could something go awry?
Yes.
We're gonna make something go.
Okay, good. Do it for content. And send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Always love reading your emails, and don't forget to subscribe to Is This Good on YouTube. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. JD, do you remember I forget if it was like a year-long cruise that was happening?
Yeah.
And you were upset you were like, fuck, I should have gone on it just to film the content. We could have started a podcast about the cruise.
Yep.
All the squabbles and things that went, and resentments that build over a year on a boat that you can't leave.
Yeah.
I have one. If you do truly regret that, I have one that you can go on now that I think could make excellent content.
Okay. I mean, yes, I remember all of it. I believe it's a 9-month cruise, and I believe it's still going. It was all the fucking rage on TikTok. Like,
I remember Nora would send us. Did it die down? Like, did people just lose interest?
I mean, it's complete. Everyone's lost interest. They hit the Drake Passage. It was pretty wild.
Well, where's that?
It's on the way to Antarctica, and it's famously very, very rough. And I know that that was when this is gonna be a fucking shit show when they hit the Drake, and then they hit the Drake. And I think they got rerouted, but by then it was just like, oh, it's pretty rough here, and it's like, wah wah. And now I think they're still on the cruise. So if we were doing the podcast, our numbers would have gone like,
and then we'd be stuck on the fucking boat.
Exactly.
We'd be going through the Drake Passage, going, just hold on, I'm coming home. Okay, I wanted to bail on that halfway through. Yeah, no, God damn it.
Yeah, you know what? Commit to
Drake jokes. I don't make Drake jokes. What am I? Okay, so this
Kendrick Lamar over there. Oh fuck! I flubbed his name.
okay, wait. Now, Rachel, you say a rapper.
Eminem.
Eminem. Who's talking,
she
please?
named the white rapper. She couldn't even. Okay, Rick Ross, that's a guy. All right, so this cruise is not a 9-month cruise. It's only 11 days.
Okay.
So you don't have to take that much time off work. Mm-hmm. But it is the big nude cruise.
Ooh. Okay.
So this is a nudist. It's a royal. It's a Norwegian, which I think is a good boat.
I think you're right.
The Scandinavians know from boat building. It's in their blood from the Viking days, right?
Absolutely.
So it's going to the Caribbean. First 2 weeks of February. So we've got plenty of time, 2025, for you to get on board.
Okay.
It's being operated by Bare Necessities Tour and Travel.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I did read about this, actually, but go on.
And yes, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a nudist cruise. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to emphasize, because in the legal, they say you got to emphasize this. It's not a swingers cruise.
It's not.
It's just a nudist cruise.
That's right.
And I didn't know that the nudists and the swingers you would think they were kith and kin, but they're kind of enemies of each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Totally.
The nudists are these purity, like, the original state of man is to be nude and free and not self-conscious, and the human form is to be respected and admired.
Yep.
But the swingers are lascivious, and they're just in it for the fucking.
That's right, and they're giving all the nudists a bad name because that's what they think is going to happen. There's a nude cruise. I guess it's just going to be the big fuck fest on
poked and prodded, and they say no, that's not us. You say, but you are naked all the time.
Right.
Yes, it is confusing. Like if you go on a nudist cruise and they're like, please, no one have sex.
Right.
It does sound like one of those after hours bars, where they can't serve alcohol.
Uh-huh.
Like, so they're but you're going after the bars and they're like, please don't do ecstasy at our bar that doesn't serve alcohol that we'd like you to stay at till 7 a.m. Please don't do drugs here. It does seem a little like that.
Right. Yeah. 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 There's like a no boner rule as well, right? Like you cannot.
Okay, so I was going to read you they have two main rules.
Well,
you know what their biggest rule is? Like the thing that they hate the most?
Sitting on furniture without a blanket?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sitting on furniture without a towel.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
But that means you're going to be covered. Oh, I guess you're not covered.
You just put a towel down before you sit down in public space. That's all.
Right. Okay, but then your schwanz
is still out.
Still out there.
Or a seat that's been stamped.
Right. Exactly.
But it's just, I mean, most of your time is spent sitting on vacation, I would say, on a cruise.
Yeah. I bet there's a lot of nude pickleball. Just saying.
Oh, that's true. Nudes. What about on the climbing wall? Like they have climbing walls. What about? I've seen these new cruises where they have water slide on the cruise.
Yeah. No, that's
nude.
Fine. Well, yeah.
But you are sitting. You are sitting.
I mean, yes, you're right. But there's There's water there.
I don't want to see the footage from the GoPro on the guy under the one above.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You ever seen a penis on a fisheye lens?
Oh, probably.
Probably. Okay, so then as you said, their second big rule is
No boners.
no boners.
They say they call them erections, but
Yeah, they're very sophisticated over there. So I'll just, I'm reading from this article here. It says, it's easier for women to hide these kinds of feelings, much less so for men. Strip yourself off and plop yourself on a cruise ship surrounded by hundreds of other people, and it's pretty much impossible. As a cruise organizer for the nudist cruise company Bare Necessities, Kat Whitmire is familiar with this problem. Speaking to Business Insider, Whitmire explained that it's actually a rule on board that men, quote, can't be overly excited. She also shared the advice she offers to men if they start to feel themselves entering a hard situation. Whitmire said, we say that if they start to feel things around there moving, jump in cold water or think about baseball.
oh my god, what are these fucking?
What if you have a boner for baseball?
Oh, that's true.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think people are always like, we got a real problem with baseball. No one's watching it anymore. Maybe it's because it's the thing that we're taught to think about when we're trying to not be excited in any way.
That's right.
And the women have to bring extra absorbent towels.
That's like right out of the fucking, that's right out of the Puritan handbook, you know, like back in the 1800s. It's like, oh, you should have a cold shower and wear pajamas and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
why not just
I mean-
just run to a they should have little masturbatoriums or something, you know, where
Yeah, I think that's called your room.
There should be like an infiltrator in there to bring down the nude organization by like getting everyone aroused and getting kicked off.
a swinger saboteur.
Okay, go on.
Okay,
How would this work? Talk it out.
Well, you know, you infiltrate. You have a group of them. They're like sleeper cells, and then at the
Sleeper cells.
the strike of midnight, the lascivious dances start. You know, the whatever. They just titillate, if
Ecstasy
you will.
gets sprinkled in the drink.
Oh,
Okay, well,
so they're also
I mean,
committing a
that's-
crime, drugging people.
Yeah, I don't like that part of it.
Which
but
swingers would do and nudists would never
you're
do.
right.
You
are right.
You would never feel safer amongst a group of people. You see naked people, you tell them to watch your kid while you go to the bathroom, okay? Those people are trustworthy.
I mean,
so-
let's be honest. I mean, I don't want to generalize cruise people in general,
Yes.
but I don't think boners are going to be a problem. You know?
Oh, what are you saying? That they're
They're
out of
unattractive.
shape to have a bonus?
Yes.
The buffet frequenters, you think? No.
Well, the buffet. Okay, it's third rule. You cannot be naked in the dining room. Whitmire explains there is a dress code of, quote, no nips, no bits, and no butts in the dining rooms.
No nips,
Largely
bits, and
because
butts.
the staff working often carry trays of hot food. And no naked person wants to be on the receiving end of that disaster. That's what they tell you. They tell you it's health and safety, but no. It's because no one wants to see your penus while they're
no one wants to. Everybody wants to eat.
Yeah. But you can be naked at the buffet. You can be naked at the buffet.
What about the staff? We're talking like
They're closed, just in case you're wondering
no,
if
I
you're
know.
listening.
I assume that, but also it's like an 11-day cruise. They're on the boat for 6 months or whatever. But it's like, do they look forward to this, or is this like
No.
the fucking worst 11 days of my working life? Like, they better be paying like double time and a half or whatever.
Is it extra to go on this cruise? Like, do you have to pay extra?
I don't think so. But that's a great point. Like, the nudists should be tipping more, but guess what? They won't be because they think what they're doing is natural and beautiful and that it's the clothed people that are wrong. So they're probably like, what a reward. That's the tip.
Right.
Your tip is seen.
You've heard your presence is your present. In this case, your penis is your present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can I go on this cruise and not go nude? Like, what if you just
That's a great
found
question.
yourself
What if you do?
on
What if
this
you just
cruise?
feel like? What if one day you are nudist, but you're like, I just got this new Tilly, safari shirt,
Right.
and I really want to wear it.
At dinner, you
look
can.
askance at you? Oh, that's true. Say it for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good practical joke to. Oh my God! To buy your parents 2 tickets to a nude
Oh
cruise
my God, that would
for
be
their
very
anniversary without them knowing.
My parents?
Because you have to
They
be
wouldn't
clothed to
even
get on the
flinch.
boat.
They wouldn't
They wouldn't flinch. I'm sure of it.
Really? Tits out.
Yeah. If they were like, oh, it's a nude cruise. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they used to go to St. Martin all the time. Like,
Yeah, but did they partake? Were they?
I know. Well, I think they did when they went to Orient Beach, which is a famous nude beach, and Kubakoi, amazing beach there too. I saw a boner on Kubakoi. I didn't like that.
Maybe it was your fault.
See, they weren't
I
a
was
nudist.
clothed.
They were a swinger.
I was clothed.
Well, I mean, it might be titillating to want to know what's under the clothes if everyone around you is naked all the time.
Yeah, I suppose.
I bet the staff are like harassed.
I mean, also, you go, like, our kid is going to the south of France next month. They're gonna see. He's gonna see some tits on the beach because it's just
Of course. But that's fine. That's
what's
I
the
don't know.
difference?
See, someone would say, "Why is that different?" Why?
It's
at
not.
the end of the day.
That's,
It's
at
not
the end of the day, who cares?
no, it doesn't matter.
As Rachel told us, all men have breasts
Wait.
for 7 days. Isn't that what you told us?
7 weeks.
Nipples.
And that's why we have nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that we were
You're
breasts.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Rachel, did you have anything before we go? I don't want to deprive you of anything. Any thoughts?
Sorry, Hazel was
Hazel's
talking to
just-
us. What was that?
You don't have to pick up the phone when when we're recording the podcast.
Sorry. I mean, I could give you a quick titty fact. You want another quick titty fact?
Okay, for Mother's Day, I will allow you one titty fact.
One titty fact. Okay, so nipples.
Yep.
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them. When stimulated, they arouse the same part of your brain that your genitals, when your genitals are stimulated. So you can get, I maybe you already knew this, have an orgasm, or women can have orgasms just by having their nipples played with.
And that's why I didn't want them looking through my phone. Join us Monday, where Jay Skeets will be the guest. Rachel, if you don't know who that is, that's Phil. Phil will be our guest on Monday. Very excited to chat with him again. He is our most frequent Is This Good guest, but he has not been on for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
And people are clamoring, so
Yeah.
he'll be back.
We got to get
and
him
go back
like
and
a
listen-
jacket or something, or a watch. Or...
Yeah. Can
A
you steal
tie.
that green jacket from Jason the Barber?
No, it has to be original, like with your logo on the pocket.
Yeah.
Rachel, I'm
Get
on
on it?
T-Mobile. I don't have suit jacket prop money.
I can go to Goodwill and get my mama
Okay, well,
to
tell
stitch
your
it.
mom to buy the JOANN fabrics and make it.
Buy the JOANN fabrics and make it. Yeah, I need a sewing machine, but we can do this.
Okay.
She doesn't have a sewing machine? What is she shopping
No,
for?
not here. I mean,
Does she have one at home?
she has
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah.
Oh, so
sewing
she's
machines.
bringing these fabrics home?
Yes.
Oh my God. All right. Well, as I said, join us Monday. Go back and listen to the Michelle Brazier episode. Or Brazier. She's fine with both. That was a super fun episode. She's very funny, very talented. Like, if you just watch her clips, I think I said this on the show, she's a really good singer.
Yeah.
I
Not
heard
in the
her
way
on
that
the
you see
show.
a dude with a guitar get up there and sing a funny song. Like, she actually has an excellent voice. But she, very peppy, ton of energy, very fun show. Go back and listen to that. Email us isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. This was JD Man Rachel reaching out from the great beyond. Rachel, happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
And happy future graduation that we'll talk about next week on the Patreon. We'll see you next week.